Okay, Mark and Linden, I'm back at the car. That little mound over there was where I was just standing and videotaping at. I haven't installed the map measure widget on this phone yet, unfortunately. But according to the survey, where the land goes back about another 1,600 feet from here, which means we're about 800 feet back from the road. We're about a third of the way back on the land. And I also came away from home without my hiking boots. I had them out to bring, but I'm going to walk a little bit anyway. They have been driving here. In fact, I probably should just drive what they've driven. So I'll follow that track for a ways. And just see what the land is like in terms of how high and dry it is and so on. Hold up this survey with one hand. So I'm not sure how far over we go here. It's 520 feet and about wide. And that turnaround where the car is parked is kind of in the middle of the property. So it should be about 250 feet on both sides. That being the case, I see a fence over here, and that may be the edge of the land. So I'll continue in that direction. This field, it looks like it was plowed once before it grew up and went wild. Keep running into ruts. Okay, this looks like it might have been a fence row, and somebody else has, that house has a road coming back here. So this, I don't know if you can see the mound there I just stepped over, but it looks like it was a fence row. I'm standing and looking straight up. Fence row towards that other house, I think, is the edge of the land. See my car in the distance there. And then the fence row is probably, just about straight back this, where that tree is, it's just got a couple of leaves on it here, and a little brushy tree right in the foreground. It just has, like, I guess 2 sets of leaves on it. That's right down that line, I think, is one of the property lines. And then they have a trail that goes off to the, back in the woods and off to the right there. So that, we'll head back in the woods a little bit. Got a little, maybe a little deer trail here. If I could follow that, that might make it a little easier. This is their domain. They should know it better than me. Looks like there are wild strawberries here. That'd be fun to pick. Those are so, I don't know if you've ever picked wild strawberries, but they are just delicious. And this looks like it might be a little deer trail going back into the woods. Kind of open back here, not too much brush. That's nice. Doesn't seem to be too swampy. Old stone pile. Obviously this was cleared and farmed at some point or another. Somebody did a lot of work to pile those up. We're 100 feet into the woods. They're dumped. You probably can't see it, but in the distance there is their dump. Almost need the ability to have the camera running and my compass running at the same time so I could tell. It won't take long before I'll lose track of what direction I'm going, and I won't know whether I'm still on your property or not. I think there is a field running parallel to me over there in the distance, so that might kind of help guide me in the right direction. Old rose bushes, ouch. There's probably a house back here at some point. There's some more. Getting through my pants and getting me a little bit. Nice land. I didn't bother to ask for permission to walk this, so technically I'm still I'm trespassing. But I think I'll probably get away with it. Now I'm probably 250 feet into the woods. So it should go back another quarter of a mile from here. Oh, there's a big bird flying in the distance there. I can't tell. It's got to be a hawk, I think. Somebody's got a tree blind back here for bow hunting. I used to hunt when I was a kid. I don't anymore, but sitting up in a tree blind, listening to the silence of nature would not be an all bad thing to do. I definitely can see that field to the, I must be working my way over to toward the left because I went closer to that field. And I don't know if your property goes all the way over to that field or not. I think maybe it does. Land is pretty flat. Easier this way. Sounds great. It looks like the trees are opening up in front of me a little bit. Maybe. Ooh, vines. I hope it's not poison ivy. Yeah, we're going uphill a little. Yeah, it looks like we're coming to the edge of the woods. So from looking at that aerial photo survey that I sent you, when I get to the edge of the woods, we'll know, you know, we'll be able to see the edge of the woods on the, there's the field over there. And it looks like there's another field ahead of us. So we'll be able to see where that clearing was at and have at least some idea where I was at in relation to the property. Alright, so this is the north edge, I believe the north edge, unless I'm utterly lost. This is the north edge of the woods. I don't know if you can see over there. Hold the camera up, make myself a little taller than I actually am. But it looks like there's a pole barn over there, so that'll give us an orientation to where we're at. And there's this open clearing on, I believe, which is the north edge of the woods here. And it's where I'm going to quit. I don't know if we're at the back. I kind of don't think so because I haven't walked that far, but pole barn or garage, whatever that is over there, will probably show up on the aerial survey and we'll know where I'm at. And that's probably 250, 300 feet over there. So I'm about 300 feet west of that. You know, that aerial survey, the way it came out, it printed the whole property on one, and you can't see anything around it. So that pole barn probably ain't going to show on the aerial survey. But hopefully this open field will, and that'll give us an idea. And if this open field doesn't show at the back, then obviously we're at the back of the property. So that's that. I guess I'll leave the camera run while I walk back to the car. There's another stone pile. Farmer's been working. You know, it looks like there's a row here. I see stone up all the way up through there. So this was a fence row at some point. That's one of the places that the farmers used to pile their stones to get them out of the way when this land was cleared, when it was being farmed. They might have had a fence row down through here, which means this could be the edge of a property line right here. And they threw all the stones up on the fence row. You know, you'd normally think the edge of the woods would be the property line, but this this fence row where the stones are all piled may be it. I cleared a lot of stone when I was a kid. There's a lot of stone on the ground here, so it don't look like they cleared this area. What do we got? Bucket. Huh. That's an interesting artifact. It had a rim around the top and a hole in the bottom and a bill on it. A bale, bill, whatever to carry it. And the smaller hole at the top, you carried it from the top. It must have had a bottom in it. It's rusted out now. So I'm not sure what they would have used that for. A vine here, which looks like grapes to me. Wild grapes. I never cleared the stumps here. Those rocks on the fence row may have been taken out of that clearing there that we were on. I want to work my way over toward my right here toward that open field, because we came in on the other side of the property. Now this looks like might have been a two-track trail. A chainsaw, you could probably open this up and drive through this again. Because I see it's open there, I see what looks like two tracks. Looks like two tracks going off that way. So this would be right down through here. It'd be pretty easy to make at least a trail through you could drive on. Attempting to take that back out, but I want to go over by this other open field. Clearing that trail would make a nice place to ride too. Yeah, I like this land. I really don't think it's the one because of I just don't think that guy's a good bet to bet on, unless you're willing to waste a lot of time on the chance that maybe you'll get lucky and you'll get it done. Oh, that tree is interesting. I got to give you a video of that. Get over here. Hollowed out. Broke and fell and got caught up. Interesting, this, what was going on there? Before it died. Oh, we're back at the tree stand. So I'm approaching what I think is the west property line. Right over there, if you can see that open field. Again, the way that aerial photo survey turned out, I don't know if we'll see enough of that open field to be able to tell. I know there was on the aerial survey a field that set off to that side. So that's it right there of the property line. Or was that from Google Maps that I saw that? Okay, I remember this on Google Maps because I was trying to figure out in my head from Google Maps whether that tree line there was the back of the property and whether this line here, I sort of thought that maybe the property went back to where that little outcropping of trees sits back there by that other tree line, and that's where we were just at, if that is indeed the back of